Now, can you guys hear? Now? Please let me know if you can hear. All right, perfect. So here today we are talking about Bhairav and Bhairav Upasana Vidhi. Who is Bhairav? Now I've said this many times before that like without Ganpati you cannot approach sadhana or siddhi. You have to have siddhi in Ganpati. Similarly, who is Bhairav? Bhairav is that energy which takes us closer to Shiva Tattva. For Bhairav is none other than Shiva himself. Bhairav is the Rodra or the wrathful emanation of Shiva. Many students want to learn Shivlingam Abhishekam, and I have always told them that if you are going to do sadhana step by step, aiming for siddhi, then it is mandatory that before you embark on lingam and say, worshipping Shiva, you should learn how to worship Bhairav. For without Bhairav, there is no siddhi. Alright, now, yes, there is no siddhi. And Bhairav takes us to Shiva Tattva. No Devi can ever be pleased or, give siddhis, give us blessings without Bhairav's blessings. Especially Sri Vidya Upasaks will notice that every single Shakti or Devi, Yogini in the Sri Medu, Sri Yantra, they all have their corresponding Bhairavs. Like there are 64 yoginis. And I have launched a yogini course where every day I give you a WhatsApp message about a yogini to concentrate on and a meditation to perform with it. So if you're interested in that yogini course, then drop me an email. tina@tinahills.com. Now the thing with Bhairav is that Bhairav, the etymology of this word is very interesting. We'll get right into that. But if you look at Kal Bhairav is Mahakali's Shakti. Shakti or Kundalini energy is so powerful, so potent, that it needs an anchor. It needs, imagine if electricity were to just zip by without an anchor like the electrical wiring, right? How will electricity move without that wiring? And then once you use metals like copper, it conducts even quicker. So Bhairav is that wiring that holds Shakti, that grounds Shakti. So it's mandatory now, you understand that you cannot work with electricity if you don't have the correct wiring, the availability of electrical charge which is safe. And of course Kundalini is, without Bhairav Upasana, Kundalini Shakti is not easy to augur. Like I just told you about electricity and electrical currents, the same happens to our physical body. Our body it comprises of electricity. We have an electrical pulse in us, which is difficult to anchor, right? Difficult to anchor. And it can give us frightful experiences. It can, especially in the beginning of the spiritual journey. And the Upasana of Bhairav ensures that there is no bhay or fear. Fear, false evidence appearing real, right? And we tend to be afraid of things. And when we are afraid, we immediately feel it in the gut, right? I have a knot in my stomach. So the name Bhairav, Bhay, Bhay means fear. Ra, Ra has to do with the Manipur chakra. And Va has to do with the Swadhisthana chakra. Ra is fire tattva, fire energy. Ra, Manipur. Va is Swadhisthana or Jala tattva. So Bhay is always connected to the gut, to the Manipur chakra, to the Swadhisthana chakra. Now when we think about the Manipur chakra actually, Ra, Ram, we immediately think of, it is, now we think of, I mean I don't know how many people think of it like that, but it is the powerhouse of the body. The positives, the negatives. Now it's not only that our positive karmas or our positive energy has electricity, electrical charge. It's not so. The thing is that our negative karma, our negative thoughts, they also conduct a kind of electrical pulse. And that directly targets the Manipur chakra. So if someone's repeatedly unwell, then the problem is balancing the Manipur chakra. Of course, Pitta imbalances, Manipur is Pitta. So there's that side of it that, looking after your Manipur by correct eating, making sure that you don't have dyspepsia and stuff like that, and of course protecting the Manipur chakra. It's very important. So Bhairav is that energy that destroys fear from our gut. Ra, Va. Manipur chakra, the Swadhisthana chakra. When the fire element and the earth element work in harmony. Now Bhay, Bha. Bha is related to Bhumi tattva. Bhumi or Prithvi tattva. The physical world, the 3D world, alright? So, Bha is Bhumi Tattva. And when we talk about physicality, we talk about disease, we talk about complications, we talk about misunderstandings. See, the physical world is fraught, the samsara is fraught with things like this. So, the bhai or the fear in Prithvi Tattva is known as Jada Tattva. Now, Jada Tattva is directly connected to forces like gravitation, the graviton. It keeps us connected, the physicality in us keeps us grounded. But that grounding also brings fear. So, Bhairo removes fear from Manipur chakra and Swadhisthana chakra. Right above the Swadhisthana is the Manipur. And oftentimes they should work in harmony. If they are not, then there is some kind of imbalance that is being created. So the energy of Bhaira is the one masculine energy that holds Shakti, that is the holding power of Shakti, of Kundalini, the anchor of Kundalini, right? The anchor. And Bhairav sustains all realities. As I said, that there are many Shivas, There's Shiva, there's Sadashiv, there's Param Shiv. The Shiv Tattva is rather interesting, and once you delve into sadhana, your guru or whoever you're learning from will explain to you the different layers of Shiva Tattva, Shiva. And if you really look at it, Shiva does not get involved with our day-to-day activities. For that, the job has been given to Bhairav or Bhairav, as called in local Hindi, colloquial Hindi, Bhairav. Bhairav also comes from Bharan Poshan. So, Bhairav, the energy of Bhairav does Bharan Poshan, which means, as I said, auguring, anchoring, as well as Poshan means sustaining, sustenance. So, Bhairav provides us with a way to develop the ego, right? For we experience reality because of our ego. The minute there is a segregation from our ego, that minute we go closer to spirit. But ego is what keeps us here. I am who I am. I have this job to do. I have this money to make. I have this people to deal with. I have to go to the bank. I have to look after my children. All right. So Bhairav is the one that provides all this kind of sustainabilities, right? So it's very, very important for Bharan Poshan to for Bharan Poshan means holding ourselves in this reality, staying safe, staying grounded, as well as sustainability, money, a way to put our work out there, a way to express ourselves. All this is about sustenance. That's what Bhairav does. Now, Bhairav is Rudra avatar of Shiva. And before entering into Shiva Tattva, it is an absolute must to invoke Bhairav. Now, of course, the Sri Vidya students know that each Shakti of the Avaranas, they are connected to a Bhairav. In fact, Mata Tripura Sundari is connected to her Bhairav, Kameshwar, at the Bindu. She is Bindu Sthana Priye, Bindu Tarpana Priye. So she resides in that Bindu with her Bhairav. Now, you can never reach even Shaktis like Kaumari, Vaishnavi, Varahi. You cannot access them without understanding their Bhairav. It's the male-female polarity. So this is how the tantric system works, because each deity, invoking each deity reveals an archetype that opens our mind to the possibilities that that archetype holds within it. Shiva is all-encompassing. Every single archetype resides within Kameshwar and Kameshwari. Yet it is not so easy to understand them, which is why there are 64 Bhairavs and 64 yoginis who show us the way. So, Rudra avatar, which means wrathful emanation. Bhairav is a wrathful emanation, scary. And the first thing to notice about Bhairav sadhana, Brahm Bij. Brahm is Bhairav Bij. And this is Bhairav Mudra, right on the Manipur. So I'll get into all of this in a while, but Brahm. What does Brahm mean? Brahm is illusion. Again from Bha. Bha is Bhumi Tattva. Varahada avatar, swam under the cosmic oceans to retrieve Bhumi. So Bha Tattva is always associated to Bhumi, to Prithvi. And Bhairav is that energy that helps us sustain ourselves, know ourselves, imparts to us the knowledge of Shakti, imparts to us the eternal knowledge of Shivoham. So this Shivratri, if you have no idea about, I was on the Brahm, yeah. So Brahm, I completely forgot and got sidetracked. So his beach is Brahm. Brahm means illusion. Now, Bhairav is that energy that helps us see through the illusion, the cosmic illusion, the samsaric illusion, ego illusion, Brahm. And I'll get more into sadhana and mantras, but when I begin right now, one quick way to do Bhairav sadhana is to apply the Bhairav mudra on your Manipur chakra. Keep your eyes closed. Do Guru Pranam, and if you don't have a Guru, then you can take Bhairav, Shiva as Guru. And in that case, chant Om Namah Shivaya. Serious students will do one mala. If you don't have the time, 3 times Om Namah Shivaya. First, of course, you are acknowledging Guru, Shiva, and then you have to acknowledge Ganpati before you start Bhairav, Bijakshar Sadhana. And then all you need to do is wear black. This is the color of Bhairav. He loves black, so does Shiva. Today I wore a yellow blouse because it is the day of Jupiter and his color is yellow, so there. And of course, Rudrakshas are sacred to Shiva as well as to Bhairav. Now, I will show you this mala is known as Suleimane Hakik or black agate, this mala. And this mala is used in the worship of Bhairav. So, when you're doing Bijakshara Sadhana Bhairav, you don't need a mala because you're applying Bhairav Mudra. You're sitting in Padmasana or Sukhasana, spine erect, all parts of the face relaxed, the neck relaxed, everything relaxed. Deep breath and hold. Hold for as long as you can. Slowly exhale. Eyes all the time concentrated on the Ajna chakra. And then after you've breathed at least 3 times, do this 10 times if you can, Samanya Pranayam. And then once you're done, all you need to do is do not open your eyes. Keep the eyes closed. Keep focus on the Ajna chakra and just chant Bhram, 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 Bhram. Is Bij mantra. Now, if there is a problem in your life and you don't have a resolution, you've tried everything and it just doesn't work, then do Bhram Bijakshar because it will help you to see through the illusion, to see beyond it. Right? The truth, the core of the matter. So this is it. This is his energy, Brahm, with Bhairav Mudra on the Manipur chakra to remove bhay or fear from your gut. Manipur and Swadhisthana, from your gut. So somebody who is not afraid is Bhairav. A woman who is not afraid is Bhairavi. There is no fear. There is no false evidence appearing as real. Because by the siddhi of the Bijakshara Brahm, you have destroyed illusion like an atomic bomb. The energy of Bhairav is like an atomic bomb. It is so potent. Now, how did Bhairav appear? So, once upon a time, in a beautiful celestial sabha or gathering, congregation, the Vedas were present, all the gods, the goddesses, and Brahma was there with his 5 heads. Yes, Brahma had 5 heads, Panchatattva. And then Brahma, because Brahma is the power of creation. So Brahma got talking with the Vedas, with all the deities, and Brahma said, who is the greatest in the universe, And then the Vedas said that there is, thank you, that there is someone who's greater than you, and he's Shiva. So Brahma was furious. He said, and when you are in the fit of ego, or you are completely ego driven, you don't see the truth of it. You are in Brahm. And Brahm leads to anger, illusion leads to anger, disappointments. That's why we worship Krodh Bhairav. When we Krodh being anger, when we want to destroy our anger forever, and when we destroy fear, we destroy anger. So it is that sublime, the Brahm Bijakshar, alright, with the Bhairav Mudra. So this Shivratri, if you can't do anything, then just do Brahm. Few things, Suleimane Akik or black agate mala, they need to be pran pratishtad or energized. So this is a very, very important find, Suleimane, original Suleimane Akik, and then you can use it to do japa. Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha. You can say Om Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha. You can do just Brahm, 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 Brahm. You can say Om Brahm Bhairavaya Brahm Hum Phat. You can say Brahm Bhairavaya Klim Voshat. Because Voshat again provides protection. Va, Swadhishtan, connected to fear. That gut feeling of fear, it destroys. Brahm Bhairavaya Klim Voshat. And I told you people that the Bij Akshars have to be energized for you by a guru, by somebody who's a practitioner of this. So, which is why each Bij Akshar is put through your, by meditation, by dhyana, is put through your 7 chakras. And I'm booked for Shivratri. There are no spots left, but there's Masik Shivratri every month, and Bhairav sadhana done on that day is nothing short of a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle. So, think about it. So, Brahma got egotistic, and Brahma was very upset. He says, Shiva, how can Shiva be greater than me? So, Shiva appeared, right? Maheshwar appeared, and watching Brahma speak with so much ego, an electrical impulse within him resulted in the birth of Bhairav, a little baby boy, Batuk Bhairav. And that boy cut off or severed Brahma's head, his 5th head, with a nail, with his fingernail of his little finger of his left hand, that little Kal Bhairav. Alright? And so powerful that he could cut off or sever the God of creation's head without even thinking, in Batuk form, in Baal form. So now you can understand Bhairav. Now Bhairav is also prayed to as a woman. Bhairav is also prayed to as a little boy. Bhairav is also prayed to as Bhairav or masculine. So in the Shabat Padhvati, you can pray to a combined Bhairav with the 3 archetypes combined in it, which makes it really powerful actually. So this is how he severed Brahma's 5th head without even thinking about it, and that impulse in Shiva, because Shiva is the height of non-detachment, the most powerful yogi. So for Shiva, his antaratma or his internal self is so perturbed by Brahma's blatant ego and blasphemy that suddenly from within appeared Batuk Bhairav. And Batuk Bhairav was so powerful that he just sliced off Brahma's fifth head. Since then, Brahma has 4 heads. And upon realization that he had indeed done something wrong, because he had done Brahma Hatya, he killed the creator of everything. So, Shiva spoke to Batuk, who was his inner child, angry inner child. So Shiva said, but you cannot rest now. You must grow up and you must start a journey. Again, the journey of self-actualization, the hero's journey. So Batuk Bhairav slowly started this journey and visited every single realm out there, traveling. Many stories say that Shiva put Brahma Hatya, personified Brahma Hatya as a little girl and sent Brahma Hatya after Bhairav. And Bhairav started, but Shiva told her, this little personified little girl, that do not enter Kashi Vishwanath. Do not go to Varanasi, no matter what, for you will not be able to enter there. So this little girl began to follow Bhairav, and Bhairav started to travel. He grew up and he went through all his stages. Batuk Bhairav is his childhood, Ananda Bhairav is his youth, Kal Bhairav is his mature stage. So he started going everywhere, and at the end of it all, he visited Kashi, right? And he went to Varanasi. And Brahmahatya, the little girl, the curse personified as a little girl, could not enter Kashi. So she turned away, and Bhairav finally immersed himself in the Ganges and could rid himself of this curse, Brahmahatya. Now, many people will tell you the story. Many yogis and babas and big YouTube personalities. But they'll not tell you what I tell you right now. The thing is that Bhairav was punished. We don't see gods being punished. Who is Bhairav? Bhairav is Shiva. Shiva punishes himself for being affected by Brahma's blatant blasphemy. He does not forgive himself. Bhairav must face the music. Bhairav must face what he has done, even though it is righteous, mind you not. Brahma had no business to go on blabbing about how great he is. Right? But Shiva punishes himself. You don't see Zeus or you don't see any of the other gods in any tradition hold any kind of accountability for anything. Shiva could have said, yeah, he was just blaspheming. What Batuk Bhairav did was right. But he didn't. He punished Batuk Bhairav. He punished himself. And this because Shiva takes accountability. Even though the act in itself was righteous, but Bhairav, and the way Bhairav was sent out to pilgrimages, he could not rest. He could not sit down. His job was to roam, and roam he will. So this kind of interesting exposition is something that keeps me interested in this. Like how great is Shiva to exile that inner child. Very, very interesting. Now, Brahma's arrogance was uncalled for, yes, but Shiva Shiva's little avatar kind of destroyed his fifth head. And we don't know the repercussions of such cosmic aberrations, right? The head was 5, the creator's head was 5, which became 4. So this is something to think about. Now, this also gives us a lesson on humility. Ego-driven actions will only bring disaster. So, something to think about. And basically, this Brahma Hatya that Batuk did was relinquished. The curse was lifted in Kashi or Varanasi, right? That's why Bhairav is known as Kashi ke Kotwal. He is known as the protector of Kashi. Now it is also said that every Devi temple has a Bhairav temple. Like I told you, if you're doing Devi sadhana and you've not done Bhairav, you are not going to get Siddhi, no matter how you fool yourself. So there is a story that when the Mughals attacked Kashi, Vishwanath, and they were, ferocious hordes of Mughal army going through Kashi Vishwanath, desecrating temples, destroying temples. But as they were about to enter the Kal Bhairav temple, they were attacked by a pack of wild black dogs. Yeah, like wild black dogs. This black dog symbology because Bhairav sits on a black dog. The Zoroastrians believe that if they have a black dog with 2 spots on their head, they can cross that Chinnavat bridge easily. That bridge they have to cross at the end of life to reach heaven. The black dog, dogs of Hades, of course, right? So the black dog archetype is very, very interesting. And the Mughal army was absolutely destroyed and expunged from Kashi Vishwanath by a pack of ferocious wild black dogs. So Bhairav's friends are dogs. So if you are, if you're looking to please Bhairav, always feed a dog wherever you are. If you're in India, you can feed them roti, which will also balance your shani. Say you are in Sade Sati. Say you have a shani, malefic shani mahadasha. You have a small pranoti or a big pranoti. Then you can just give 1 chapati to the dog and you can, coat it with a little bit of mustard oil. And this will balance shani. Another thing you can do, if Rahu is malefic or Ketu is malefic, you can take a chapati or a bread, say you're in America, take a bread and just put a little bit of jaggery. Now be careful, don't put a lot of jaggery. Or don't feed dogs sweets because they cannot digest sweets, they will die. So the point is, everything, even a tiny drop, has the essence of the whole. That's what homeopathy is based on. So all you need to do, if you want to keep your 3 malefics, Shani and Rahu Ketu, if you want to keep them in check, 1 roti you feed to a cow. I know cows are hard to come by. 1 roti you feed to the dogs, and 1 roti you feed to the crows. The crows and dogs are seers. Bhairav has given them that energy to be seers. They see through death. They see other dimensions. They see spectrums of color. They hear sounds that we can't hear. They are seers, crows and dogs, So this is very important to understand how you can manage 3 malefics, Shani, Rahu, Ketu, just with this simple prayoga, one chapati for your dog, one chapati for a cow, one chapati for a crow. If you don't have a cow, don't bother. And this will not only balance your Shani, Rahu and Ketu, this will also balance your Pitris. People with Pitri dosh becomes absolutely necessary to worship Bhairav. People with Shani complications need to worship Bhairav. Now, all of this knowledge is not available readily. They are mostly in Sanskrit or Hindi or Bengali in native language books, So this kind of knowledge, information is being made available to you in English, which is a rarity. So consider becoming a member of the channel. That'll really help. And since I've not been coming on YouTube regularly, my views have really dropped. I think my analytics are bad. So consider becoming a member of the channel and like and share and subscribe. So here we have a lesson that universe never condones acts of violence, no matter how righteous they are, no matter how correct you are on your path. The universe does not condone acts of violence because love is the original vibration. And acts of violence is so far removed, thank you, so far removed that the universe just does not condone it. So, there. And the punishment must be faced. So Bhairav had to embark on this endless pilgrimage, before he could go to Kashi Vishwanath and take a dip in the Ganges, and he could get rid of the curse. So punishment must be faced. There's no getting away from that. Now, this was pretty interesting, that the little girl, personified, the Brahma Vidya personified as a little girl, could not enter Kashi, right? Very, very interesting. Now, even today, I've been to Kashi many times. In fact, there was a time when I wanted to move there and I wanted to settle there and live there and do sadhana on the banks of the Ganges. So that was a plan for many years of my life, honestly. Did not work out, but Brahma Kund still exists. That same spot where Bhairav took a bath and could absolve himself of the sin of Brahmahatya. In fact, in every single mandir of Shakti, as I mentioned, there is Bhairav. There's a Bhairav mandir in all the Shakti Peeths, and Bhairav is there for protection. That's why Sulaimane-Akik, if you hold it in your hand, you will see not only Hindus but also Muslim Peers, Peer Babas. They will hold the Sulaimane-Akik like this when they are seeing people, and they hold the Sulaimane-Akik like this. And then they are meeting people till your hand is like our second eye, the hand. Imagine closing your eyes and how do you see things? How do you perceive things? Through your hands. So this provides a lot of protection, Sulaimane-Akik. And also when you're upset or when you're depressed, you can always put Sulaimane-Akik like this and apply Bhairav Mudra. Like that. Cup them, don't leave them like that, cup them. That's a complete alignment shifting mudra. And Brahm lets you see through all the illusions. Brahm. Om Brahm Bhairavaya Brahm Hum Bhat. I've taught this to many of my students, this particular mantra, Brahm Bhairavaya Brahm Hum Bhat. And I've also given you the koila, which is coal, rusted nail, and black thread, black cloth prayoga. Alright, so there are many Bhairavs. There's Kal Bhairav, of course, in Ujjain, and very famous Bhairav, Kal Bhairav. We've got Batuk Bhairav, we've got Anand Bhairav. Now, the thing with Bagalamukhi sadhana is you cannot embark on Bagalamukhi sadhana without Haridra Ganpati, first and foremost. After Haridra Ganpati beach is Glong, Glong or Glang, Glong or Glang. So after Haridra Ganpati, you must do one mala of Anand Bhairav. Actually, I do one Mrityunjaya japa, Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Purvaratvaim Bhavandanar Mrityor Mukshiyam Amritatva. So one mala of that, and then I do the Bagalamukhi mantra, and then at the end of it I do Anand Bhairav mantra. All the Bhairavs, Ashta Bhairavs, and every single Bhairav is taught in my workshops. It's not possible to be taught on a YouTube where I give you the introductory kind of like, the shape of the course. And at the end, you'll have to jump into it and seriously practice it. There's, of course, like I said, Swarna Akarshan Bhairav. This Bhairavashtami I gave you guys, Swarna Akarshan Yantra on my YouTube, on my WhatsApp group. If you don't know about my WhatsApp and Telegram groups, then please email me tina@tinahills.com and I will add you on to my WhatsApp Uchishta Ganpati group as well as my Sri Vidya group on Telegram. So a little while ago I gave you guys Swarna Karshan Bhairav Yantra for all kinds of wish fulfillment. The Satvik version of Bhairav. Many people have this misconception that Bhairav cannot be invoked at home. Bullshit. That Bhairav has to be offered only meat and booze. Bullshit. I'm vegan. I don't do bali. I do bali on fruits. And I don't offer any meat, and I am a teetotaler. I don't offer any alcohol. So Swarna Akarshan Bhairav is the gold giving Bhairav, is the money giving Bhairav, right? And Swarna Akarshan Bhairav can be invoked by anybody for wealth and abundance, untold wealth, windfalls, things like that. There's Kshetrapal Bhairav, Lal Bhairav, there's Prashant Bhairav, Vikrant Bhairav, there's Kilkar Bhairav. There's 64 Bhairavs. Now, does this mean that they are all different? No. They are one and only Shiva. From Shiva comes Bhairav. From Bhairav comes the 64 emanations. Imagine if this you, right? You as a personality. You have a way you present yourself at home, the clothes you wear. That's one. When you go out to work, that's another role you take on, right? When you are going for an interview, that's yet again another side of you, another facet of your personality. So the same thing with the Devis, the Dashamahavidyas as well as Bhairavs, is that they are inherently one. Bhairav is one. Bhairav is Shiva. But Bhairav has many forms, right? So this is something to think about. Now, the thing is that we have quite crazy descriptions of Bhairav, and all in many texts, in the Puranic texts, in Shiv Puran, many things about him. And Bhairav is basically the killer of all demons. When Mahakali or Mahashakti is flowing by or passing by, then Veer Langur, Langur Veer, Langar Veer also he is called, or Veer Langur or Langur Veer, which is Hanuman, is known to announce the arrival of Shakti. that here comes Shakti. He's the announcer, just before an empress passes by, how she has all these, people of her echelon. They're the announcers, people who beat the drums. So Langarveer, he goes first. He's very wrathful because, Hanuman is very Paramveer. And he goes to he announces that Shakti Padhar Rahi hai, as in Mahashakti is passing by. And after Langarveer comes 64 yoginis, right? And the 64 yoginis, they eat the meat of the Rakshasas after the Devi has destroyed them. What does this mean? Rakshasas are our bad thoughts, our lesser id personality, our animalistic self. And by eating them, the yoginis, yogini, yog, the one in communion, yoginis consume the flesh, drink the blood of asuras. They eat the carcass of our bad thoughts. They burn it through yoga, their digestion, Jada Shakti. Jathar Shakti, sorry. Jada is physical Jada Shakti, Jada Tattva. So the yoginis, they eat the asuras as Langarveer goes, and this is symbolic, it's not literal. I mean, it makes a fun story and fun illustration, but this is allegorical. Langarveer, Hanuman, now going into Hanuman's archetype will be a whole new video, so I'm not going to go there. Langarveer announces that here comes Shakti, that part of us that wants to surrender to the Kundalini. Then comes the yoginis, and Bhairav is passing on his dog. He goes, he throws them. His dogs are, of course, devouring all the flesh of the asuras, and the yoginis are devouring their flesh. People have asked me, why do yoginis devour flesh? Because asuras are baser impulses, are baser instincts. They eat the flesh, they eat the life from those base thoughts. They eat the carcass of that, the jealousy, the temptation, the 7 sins. There are actually more, but it's a widely acceptable thing to say, the 7 sins, right? That's why yoginis eat the flesh of the asuras, and the Devi drinks their blood, consumes them. The Kundalini consumes our baser nature. And Bhairav is the one who fills the kapal, the skull kapal every single time. Kapal Bhairav exists. And he passes it to his mother. Kali is the mother of Bhairav. So in a sense, he's like Ganesh. Ganesh and Bhairav are very similar energy. So he goes on filling up all these khappads, and he keeps giving his mother, or Kundalini Shakti, the blood of our baser self. And the yoginis, the ones well versed in yoga, communion with God, they eat the carcass. So everything is alchemy. It's literal alchemy. The yoginis eating, consuming the flesh. It's alchemy. So Bhairav, he becomes different. Bhairav, he takes Swaroop. He personifies different attributes by becoming different Bhairavs. As I told you, when one is not afraid, then that person is Bhairav or Bhairavi. Now there are 3 types of sadhanas of Bhairav. There is a Sattvic sadhana, like especially for people who think Bhairav sadhana can't be done by anyone. Normal grahastis can do Bhairav sadhana, not a problem. So Sattvic is when you're just, you are a devotee and you are showing your love to God. That's Sattvic. There's Rajasic, when you want something done, like you want money, you're calling Swarna Akarshan Bhairav. That's Rajasic. Tamasic is all kinds of prayogas that are like Mohan, Uchchatan, Vashikaran, then Vidveshan, things like that, Maran. These are tamasic prayogas, and all of this can be accomplished by the energy of Bhairav. Kali and Bhairav are very closely interconnected. Kal Bhairav. In fact, so is Tripura Sundari. She becomes Kameshwari only by falling in love with her Kameshwar. So, another thing to do is Sankalpa is to be taken, Drida Sankalpa, before you do Bhairav Prayoga. Sankalpa is to be taken. So, Kali is wrathful, she is Ati Raudra. Ati Raudra. Kundalini can be Ati Raudra. So, to support her, the masculine energy that is needed to anchor her is Bhairav, right? And in fact, when the yoginis come asking for mass or meat, they say, Mamsa lao, meat lao, and Bhairav does kilkar, or he screams. If you watch the movie Kantara, which is a Telugu movie, and it's a very poignant depiction of old cultures and traditions, and you see that shaman, the one possessed by deity, does kilkar, screams, and that primordial scream is also a feature of Bhairav. Rudra, I told you, the ruler of Ardra, does garjan. So this kilkar of Bhairav can stun enemies. Even if the enemies are internal, like sloth, laziness, apathy, racism, discrimination. Bram, 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 bram. That the kilkar, the scream of Bhairav starts rising from the Swadhisthana. Bram, 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 and it comes in Mastish, destroys all duality. So Kilkar Bhairav is also very important, and when the yoginis are consuming the flesh, they are consuming the 5 elements that have created that bad action. That's an asura, a bad thought, ego-driven actions, destruction, killing, murder, all of this. These are asuras, demons. This is what the yoginis eat. They consume the 5 elements of the every bad action also has 5 elements. Very good action also has. Everything is a mishmash of duality. Yogini is someone who's in communion or yoga with the divine. So yoginis eat all this mamsa, the flesh that Bhairav supplies to them. Very scary kilkar of Bhairav, very scary. And a true sadhak of Bhairav, if they scream, you don't want to hear them scream, because they are very scary, very scary. So the 64 yoginis have 64 Bhairavs as their companion. And he rides a dog as he's feeding all of this, and of course a pack of hounds is following him, eating up all the rest of the mamsa or meat that the yoginis are kind of discarding. And the yoginis are screaming like, give us more, more. And when the asuras are done, the yoginis and Shakti is ready to go into the heavens where the gods or devas are there, and Shakti will consume them. Not that the devas don't have base impulses, they do. Not that apsaras don't have base impulses, they do. Gandharvas, yakshas, pishachas, they all have baser impulses. For all is trying to be like Shiva, but none is quite like Shiva. So Mahashakti will enter into the domain of the gods and start consuming them. Indra is scared. Everybody is scared. That's when Shiva goes and lays down to augur, to provide a foundation for Shakti to play. So Shakti is not destructive. You take an atomic bomb and you blow it up, and it's not the fault of Shakti, it's your fault. You blew it up. See, I got my own Bhairav. Shadow, come. I don't know if my Bhairav will come, but I have got one. But I've got another Bhairav that is yeah, right there. One more Bhairav. No. Now they have all this. Oh, no. So it's always fun to see Bhairavs in a Bhairav video, right? And he's going to go right there. So Brahm. Now, this is the inner esoteric meanings of why Bhairav feeds me. Alright, perfect. So there my dogs obviously, my Bhairav did something. Now, you now understand that when he screams, when he does Kilkar, reality shakes. So, powerful stuff. Now, you should watch Kantara and see how the shaman, how he screams. It's so beautiful. Now, the Ashtabhairavs. Most of you have heard of Ashtabhairavs. So, the 8 forms of Bhairav. We even have Ashtayoginis. We have the 8th form of Devi's Bagalamukhi. We have the 8th form of Ganesh's Uchishta Ganesh. So who are the 8 Bhairavs? Asitang Bhairav, Ruru Bhairav, Rudra Bhairav, Chanda Bhairav, Krodh Bhairav, Unmatra Bhairav, Kapal Bhairav, Bhishan Bhairav, and Samhar Bhairav. And a very powerful mantra to invoke the Ashtabhairavs is Om Ram 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 Bhairavaya Phat. Om Ram 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 Bhairavaya Phat. Alright? It destroys the worship of Ashtabhairav. Workshops are available. Drop me an email if you want to learn. Destroys all enemies, internal and external. Stops calamities before they can happen. Stops calamities from happening, period. Now, Bhairav, we say Bhairav is the one, काल की घोषणा करने वाला. काल की घोषणा करने वाला वो है महाकाल. The one who announces the end of time is Mahakal. Kala Chakra Tantra is all Bhairav Tantra. What the Buddhists are doing is Kala Chakra Tantra. Alright, so काल की घोषणा करने वाला Bhairav. None other than Shiva himself. Now, you should wear black clothes, of course, sit on a black asana. When you are doing Bhairav Sadhana, you can do Bhairav Sadhana on a lingam, or you can do Bhairav Sadhana on the Medu also, right? Very powerful to do on the Medu, Sri Yantra. Make sure the dimensionalities are correct and it is energized. Otherwise, it's not going to work. This mantra I told you, Om Ram 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 Ram, Om Ram 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 Bhairavaya Phat, Om Ram 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 Bhairavaya Phat, Om Ram 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 Bhairavaya Phat. This you can chant on a black cloth, starting on a Kala Ashtami, which is Bhairav Ashtami, any Krishna Paksha Ashtami, or a Saturday, black cloth. And you can sleep with that black cloth under your mattress and watch all calamities dissipate, all problems. Seems the connection is going off. I don't know why. So, many types, and of course I'm teaching a prayoga, which I told you about, that there's a prayoga I'm teaching with coal, nails, and black cloth. And you can have Sulaimane Akik Mala, which is energized in your name. Pran Pratishtha Mala is important. Now, many kinds of Bhairav Murtis are very esoteric and only taught to a serious student, even shown to a serious student, not for prying eyes of the prophet. Excuse me. But to only be revealed to serious practitioners, Bhairav Murtis. But like I said, if you have a lingam, you can worship Bhairav there. If you have a Meru, you can worship Bhairav in the Meru. Not a problem. Now, yeah, we also offer snake figurines to Bhairav, especially during Bhairav Prayogas. Even during a Kal Sarpadasha Khandan that I do, uh, there also we offer 2 snake figurines. So, they can be made of black stone, they can be made of, copper, they can be made of silver, it doesn't matter. They can also be made of gold. Many people offer gold coiled snakes to Bhairav for Khandan of Kal Sarpadasha. So, skull bowls are used, khappad. Now, khappad, I have my khappad given to me by my guru, Rumnatha Ghori Baba, but I am not allowed to take out my khappad or show my khappad. Khappads are, sadhaks will not show you their khappad. It's hidden, it's secret. And they will not even allow you to touch their Sulaimane Akik Mala. Now, yantra of Bhairav is also made on either copper or black stone. Now, in Kashi, in Varanasi, Banaras, you will get Bhairav yantra made of black stone, which is not available everywhere, right? And must be energized in your name. Otherwise, there is no point to this. So, before you, as I said, that your sankalpa must be done before the japa. But if you want nishkam sankalp, like I just want to, know about the cosmic secrets, then that's also fine. That I just want to do it because I love you, Bhairav. Fine. Mostly grihastis do magic because they want something, or they want to love, or they want money. There's something they want. But nishkam, or just leaving it up to deity is also a very important part of sadhana. Now, before you start Bhairav, even that Brahm Bij Akshar, you can ask Bhairav that please reveal to me the inner workings of the cosmos. Okay, reveal to me the inner workings of my mind, and he will. He will reveal to you secrets of Tantra. He will reveal to you secrets of Upasana and Sadhana that you would have never known otherwise. Alright? Now, many people think that booze or alcohol is offered to Bhairav, and they have to offer alcohol. I did. I had a gold tequila that I did Abhishek with on a Bhairav Kalashtami. I've done often. But people have this misconception that booze is firstly something dirty. Booze is not. Booze is just like either grapes or wheat or rye or something like that that's fermented. And an upay or a prayog has been done on it, like chemicalization to make it into spirit or alcohol. So if alcohol is energized correctly, it produces electricity, electrical stimuli when you drop it on the Panchaloka Meru. Alright? But, I have a bottle of scotch and I'm going to offer Bhairav and drink it myself. That is not the best way to go about it, right? So, the thing is that people are like, I'm going to offer half a bottle to Bhairav, drink half a bottle. More serious, Bhairav, my guru doesn't touch alcohol. He's a Natha Ghori, but he doesn't touch alcohol. Or non-veg, as a matter of fact. Or gives bali or any of that. The thing is that you've seen Ramakrishna Paramhamsa many times hold this mudra, Apanavayu mudra. And the thing, if Bhairav, alcohol, Gujcha Tattva is Tarpanam. That is done on Bhairav like this. drops of alcohol, and Tarpan is done like this. Brum, 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 brum. It's not like a lot of people are giving bhog now, especially to Ujjain, and they consume the bhog in the night. But all of this is just a way, I'm taking Bhairav's prasad and I'm getting drunk, and it's just an excuse to get drunk. That is not sadhana, right? Because true Bhairav people, and I'm not saying someone who's not a drunk is someone who is a drunk is not a Bhairav sadhak. The point is that alcohol is not an excuse to do Bhairav sadhana, right? It's not. So alcohol should be used as tarpan in the way I just revealed to you. Should be done like that, as tarpan, like that. But again, you can't do this without learning from your guru. If you have a guru, you can ask your guru to teach you Bhairav Tarpan. Very effective. As I said, that alcohol, it produces a kind of electricity. It's really powerful. And of course, wear black. Look, wearing black. Bhairav sadhana has done black asan. Now, there are knives also, iron knives that are stuck on the ground as kilakam to hold energy. A lot of very interesting things about Bhairav cremation ghat sadhana. When you go to the crematorium, and I mean nowadays it's really not possible unless you go to Nepal or you go to Varanasi, take permission, so all of that is there. But cremation ground Bhairav sadhana is the most powerful. I have done smashan sadhana, and I can tell you, not many times, and I can tell you that it's scary. It's indeed scary. I wasn't sure I would last, but I wasn't sure that I wouldn't either. I said, I'll play it by the ear. I'll see if I can do it. I'll do it. Or else I'll be back. And I didn't even look back from that moment, actually. It was completely different. So, cremation ground sadhana is most powerful during Bhairav sadhana. And the huge secretive Padvati is the chakras that are formed there. Very, very secretive. And the biggest secret of Bhairav sadhana is no Devi will give you any var or any siddhi without Bhairav sadhana. You will get nothing. You can be praying to Tripura Sundari for the rest of your lives if you do not please Kameshwar Bhairav. And people talk about Bhairav and Bhairavi within, right? People talk of brahmacharya, right, which is celibacy. Now, you can never follow celibacy if you're, me being a woman, if I'm not married to my internal masculine, I will never be able to follow celibacy. If you're a man, if you're not wedded to your internal feminine, you will never be able to follow celibacy. You may repress your sexual cravings, your yearnings, but it's just repression. It's just avoidance. So, when I love my Bhairav, I marry my Bhairav in my heart, my divine masculine, my Shiva within. When you are a man, you marry the Shakti within. That is the true essence of brahmacharya, right? So who can do Bhairav sadhana? Who can do Bhairav sadhana? Why do Bhairav sadhana? Now, his Shabad mantra is very, very ugra. I am also offering Shabad mantra workshops of Bhairav and Ganpati. So you can drop me an email. But this is only for advanced students. It's like a thunderbolt, this Shabadi mantras. Powerful. Why do Bhairav sadhana? To defeat enemies, ill health, persisting ill health, you or family member, ill health, period. Financial crisis, debt, special needs children, people with autism, for their welfare. If you're bullied, if you're defeated in life, there's no way out. You're completely defeated. Like, just do away with me. That, then do Bhairav sadhana. Very, very quick results, mark my words, very quick results. Mental illnesses, mental delinquencies will be quite out. All kinds of mental delinquencies. To get over grief, to release guilt, to release shame. Legal worries, of course, I mean, this is the one reason Bhairav is done, to remove curses and legal problems. Problems with police, problems with government, problems with visas, foreign travel. In fact, it is already said that when you are traveling, if you are not see, my Suleimane Akik is hot. If you're not, and my Manipur and my Swadhisthana are lit by Bhairav's blessings. So if you are traveling somewhere and you think you are going to get away with success without Bhairav sadhana, it won't work. Even if you see some beginning success, beginner's luck, it won't be sustainable. Bhairav sadhana. Now, yeah, also saves from an untimely death. If you know that some big problem is headed your way, like say you're going to be evicted, or say your home will be mortgaged, right? And you have 6 months. Start now. Okay? Saves from an untimely death. Like I told you, if calamity is meant to hit you and you're doing Bhairav sadhana, it won't. It'll go away. You can, of course, when calamity hits, then everybody's like, God, God, God help me, God save me. Nobody else wants to think of God when they're having a good time. Nobody wants to show gratitude, but when your house gets mortgaged, your job, you're fired from your job, your kid fails in school, or your husband has a disease, then God, 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 God will save me, God will save me. Then everybody wants to do. But if you want to avert all of this, you want to be safe. Bhairav sadhana, right? Destroys all oncoming calamities, so best to do that. Now, important things to get for a prayog I'll tell you about is yantra. I am also selling Bhairav yantra and Suleimane Akik mala. Alright, so if you want energized yantra and energized Hakik mala, then let me know. This is one mala. There'll be another Raksha mala given, which you will wear during japa, and that will also be energized in your name and given to you. So that Raksha mala you will wear during the whole time. It's a Rudraksh mala. That 108 Rudraksh, 109. So you'll need a yantra, you'll need gutika. You need Suleimane Akik, and you'll need Rakshamala. Steps: first bathe, wear black and pair it up with yellow like this, especially if it's a Guruvar. But don't start on a Guruvar, because best to start on a Saturday, right? As I said that Kalashtami, 8th day from Krishna Paksha, and Krishna Paksha Ashtami, very, very powerful. Saturdays. Yes. Bhairav Jayanti, Masik Shivratri or main Shivratri. Yes, perfect. This sadhana is to be done from 12 midnight to 3. Face east. On chowki, keep kala asan or black asan. On a copper plate, keep yantra. Don't keep yantra as yet, because you have to keep kali til. And on kali til, you keep black sesame seeds. You keep Bhairav yantra. And on Bhairav yantra, you put the gutika on top of the yantra. You have to light mustard oil diya. Mustard oil diya only. Alright, and sindoor tika, right? You can also use ashtagandha. Sindoor tika. Hey. Alright, so you can use sindoor tika. Somebody's come to my house, I know, but yeah. And the bhog will be made of gur, all right, or jaggery, made of gur. Who is it? Will be made of gur or jaggery, the bhog, right? And you can also offer those malpoa. You can Google the recipe. Now, first and foremost is Guru Puja must be done. Guru Puja must be done, and if you have a Guru given mantra, you do that. Otherwise, you can do Shabad Guru mantra, Guru Sat Guru Evir, Guru Sahib Simran Badi Baan, Singi Toro Vanko Manno Kartar Sakal Guru Ka Har Baje Ghatta Pagad Urja Chet Samhar Shri Paramhams. This is known as Shabad Sumeru. I teach this. And Shaktipat must be given. It's a very, very powerful mantra given by Gorakshanath himself to Matsyendranath. Guru Sat Guru Evir Guru Sahib Simran Badi Baan Singi Toro Vanko Manno Kartar Sakal Gurun Ka Har Baje Ghatta Pakad Chet Samhar Shri Paramhams. So this mantra, one mala must be done. And you can do it on the Sulaimane Akik mala. And after that you have to do Pancha Puja. So each with Bij Aksharas you have to do Pancha Puja of the yantra. So after that, take the rice and the black mustard seeds. I told you what you have to gather mustard seeds. So black mustard seeds, or rye as they are known in India. And you mix them together and you have to color the rice with coal. So how do you do this? By activated charcoal tablets, crush them up and mix the rice with activated charcoal powder. All right. And then you color the rice with this, right? And then you put it on the yantra and on the gutika. Oh, tons of birds have suddenly come. Then you have to ask Guru that please allow me to do Bhairav sadhana. And as I said that if you don't have Guru, you have to take Shiva as Guru. In that case, you do Om Namah Shivaya. Then you have to do Ganesh mantra. You can do Tantric Ganesh mantra, Om Ganganapate Namaha, Om Ganganapate Namaha, Om Vakratundaya Hum. Alright, you can do any of that, or you can do Shabad Ganesh mantra. Again, Shabad Ganesh mantra must be energized and can only be received from a guru, from a teacher. And Shabad mantras are quite long, and they are, I'll make a separate video about them, but after Guru, asking Guru for permission, you have to do Ganesh mantra, all right? And the Ganesh mantra, the Shabad Ganesh mantra is very powerful, very powerful. And I mean, I'm teaching this, but I'll let you know. ओम गणपति यहाँ पठाओ तहाँ आयो 10 कोस आगे जा 2.5 कोस पीछे जा 10 कोस सज्जे 10 कोस खब्बे मैया गुफा की आज्ञा मन रिद्धि सिद्धि देवियाण अगर सगर जो ना आवे तो माता पार्वती की लाज ओम क्रांग फट स्वाहा. So this is the Shabad mantra of Ganesh. So after doing the Guru mantra, Shabad Sumeru, you can do the Ganesh, or you can do just Om Gang Ganapate Namaha, Om Gang Vakratundaya, Om Hring Gang Hasti Pisachi Lighe Swaha. You can do any of that. Alright, and then after this, you have to do Ganesh, you have to do one Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. And also if you don't have a Guru mantra, then you do Om Namah Shivaya for Guru, you also have to do Om Namah Shivaya, one mala. Then you set intentions like according to your wants and needs, what is it that you want, right? Why are you doing this? So Sankalpa is very important. Dhrida Sankalpa must be taken. And also you can say that, I want to learn the cosmic secrets. I want to connect with the energy that is Bhairav. I want to connect with Devi, whatever it is that you want to say. Now, after the Yantra Puja, Pancha Puja is done with Gandham, with sandalwood for Gandham, with flowers to activate the ether element, with dhoop, incense to activate wind, with diya to activate sun, fire, so on and so forth. So after Yantra Puja, you have to wear the Rakshamala. That will be given to you, right? If you want to buy the kit from me, I have a Rakshamala, Sulaimane Akik, and Kal Bhairav. yantra, where you can do your puja, right? And that's in copper, tambeka. Now you wear the Raksha Mala and you do the japa, right? Whatever mantra has been given to you. It, as I said, it could be Brahm, 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 Brahm. It could be Om Brahm Bhairavaya Brahm Hum Phat. It could be Brahm Bhairavaya Klim Vo Shat, right? It could be anything. Whatever is given to you specifically, you do that. Wow, the sun is now directly on my head. So I'm going to have to conclude this quickly. Okay, 11 malas or 51 malas or 108 malas. If you can't, do one mala, right? One mala minimum. And the same way every day it has to be done. Same way every day, okay? The key point of this is no movement must be made during japa. No movement must be made during japa. So you stay in one place and say your foot has gone to sleep, your leg has gone to sleep or something like that. Doesn't matter, you don't move. You stay in the same zone, in the same spot till you complete that one mala, if that one mala is all you do, right? But I would suggest that build it up. You know, you don't have to, oh my God, okay, I'm not that close, but I almost panicked. So build it up, right? And another thing is Tratak with Bhairav Yantra. And while you are doing the mantra, you can do Tratak. That is gaze without blinking at the yantra. Be very, very powerful. 21 days of sadhana. You can begin from this Shivratri, which is 18th. And a simple mantra to do this, if you know you're just looking for the smallest mantra, is Om Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha. Okay? And then Visarjan or immersion of all the articles that has to be done. And after this 21 days, this mantra you can use for anything. Anything. Just set your intentions and use this mantra. Alright. There is another prayog that I'm going to give you. Is this yantra. It's this yantra. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. Take a screenshot. And if you can email me if you want to learn this whole thing in a workshop, if you want to get rid of black magic, if you want to balance. I've already just mentioned all the reasons to do Bhairav sadhana, right? Now you need one white paper, one red pen, 3 cloves, one black thread. You have to face east, all right? Then draw the yantra, which I told you is this. A little rectangle, 1008, then one line, then crane here, one line, then name of the enemy. Okay, and you can do this Shivratri. It's going to be so powerful for you, I tell you, if you can manage to do this. So you got all the samagri that's needed. Now, after you have written this, right, and you put black cloth, tie it with black thread. And then you've written the name of your enemy, right? And then you have chanted Bhairav mantra, Om Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha, or Brahm Bhairavaya Klim Vo Shat. And then you just move this little chit, right? Because you've written the yantra like that. Then you're going to fold it up. Fold up the yantra nice and proper. Black cloth. I got some black. So black cloth like that. You will cover the yantra. Then black thread to tie it. Then holding this, mantra, this is clockwise, this is anti-clockwise. So, Brahm Bhairavaya Klim Vo Shat, Brahm Bhairavaya Klim Vo Shat, or Om Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha, Om Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha, Om Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha, Om Brahm Bhairavaya Namaha, 7 times like that. You will have to do, all right? And this you can do on Shivratri. I'm mentioning everything that you need to do. Visarjan after everything. And moved anti-clockwise. After this, when you are done moving it anti-clockwise, you need to chant this Chamunda mantra. Om Eng Ring Kling Chamundaya Vicha. Om Eng Ring Kling Chamundaya Viche. Om Aing Ring Kling Chamundaya Viche. Om Aing Ring Kling Chamundaya Viche. Alright, there's a way to pronounce Ain in the Tantric way, but only Guru can give you that beach. So, best to just say Ain, or Ain is okay. Now, then, once you're done with the prayog and you've chanted this Devi mantra at least 11 times, then you step out of your house, cross the threshold, and go and leave it in a under an old tree opposite the road or somewhere. Okay, just get it out of your house. Then your enemy will stop attacking you, like literally. Okay, like literally. Your enemy will stop attacking you. So we've done that, and okay. Okay, so we've pretty much discussed everything. Now we'll come to the conclusion. Bhairav deals with Kashi or Varanasi's whole karmic equation. And he is Kashi ke Kotwal, and his color is blacker than coal, darker than coal. Alright? It's said that fires come out of his eyes, cosmic, phohatic electricity, just comes out of his eyes. The progenitor of electricity comes out of his eyes. Very powerful, and he is so powerful, even the sun can't look at him. See, the sun is on me and I'm like, I can barely look at the sun, right? And Bhairav is so powerful that even the sun cannot look at him. So powerful. I mean, imagine cutting off Brahma's fifth head with just his little finger and a left little finger in batuk form, I mean, right? Feed black dogs. Uma! I have a black dog. Uma! I'm just trying to call her to show you my Bhairav. You've seen Isis. She's, of course, the primordial Isis. This is my shadow. Uma! Umas! So, if my black dog does want to give darshan, she's going to come, but that's my other Bhairav. Umas! Hey, there, that's my Bhairav coming. There, my very, very old Bhairav. With me now 12 years. That's my Uma Devi, and she's my Bhairav. You're very, very lucky. She has come out and decided to grace us with this video. Bhairav, bram, bram, bram. I often look into her eyes and keep my ajna with her ajna. Okay, you're back. I don't know why this is happening. Anytime my dogs are coming, it's like, Umes! It's like this is happening. I have not been able to read any of your comments. The sun is directly on my head, of course. But yeah, as we are ending this discussion, I've already told you earlier on how to balance Shani, Rahu, Ketu. Check the video. If you guys are watching and take notes, put timestamps on it. Alright, now, dogs, just feed dogs if you want to please Bhairav. They are connected to the other world. If you go to a Bhairav mandir, do parikrama 3 times, circumvent 3 times, alright, and 5 times namaskaram as mentioned in the ancient texts. Now I am teaching his Utkilan, curse removal mantra, his Stuti, his 1008 names. Remember, one cannot just pray to Shiva. One must go through Bhairav. This Shivratri, learn about Bhairav. Okay, I am teaching his Chalisa, his Prayogas, numerous mantras for all kinds of works. And that's it. And also 64 Yogini class is being launched, a new batch. The old batch is done. New batch will be launched very soon. Drop me an email to receive lessons, $11 a lesson, minimum 11 lessons. So if you're interested in this, let me know, and I will see you soon, hopefully, whenever Bhairav permits me to come. Now, before I go, I will chant his Bij Akshar with you with Bhairav Mudra, keeping my spine erect and supple, all the muscles of my face relaxed, all the muscles of my neck, my, everything relaxed. Deep breath and Bram 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 bram. Greatly energizing. May you be blessed.